Toastmaster Prasad, if you can.
Targets speaker Toastmasters Swetha will be attempting her L2P1 understanding your leadership style project. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles, uh, and and the purpose is for the member to share some aspects of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Her speech length is 5 to 7 minutes, and speech title is Great Leadership is Self Leadership. All the best, Toastmasters Shweta Ajay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasad. Toastmaster Swetha Ajay. Great leadership starts with self-leadership. Great leadership starts with self-leadership. Toastmaster Swetha Ajay.
People often wants to lead others, but why not start by leading yourself? Which means be virtuous, use your time well, and be cheerful. Then, when you drop from your life's tree, you will drop like a ripe fruit. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I want to share with you how did I identify my leadership style. Only three things that happen in any organization. They are friction, flummox or confusion, and underperformance. Everything else requires leadership. Now, question is, what kind of leadership should we possess? Should we look at a hero model of leadership where we see shining stars and or ideal person? Yeah. To understand my style, I took quiz in pathways, which showed me what I naturally lean toward. I got high score on altruistic and democratic leadership style, where I'm a leader who value my team member and focus on active listening, empathy, and works with commitment. The other leadership styles that are in general are coaching, affiliative, authoritative, bureaucratic, innovative, and pace setting. Think about a person whom you have worked with. Take few seconds. What did he or she do or say? I was given a task to implement quality management system in my organization and a team to be led by me. It so happened that I had rendezvous with reality. The leadership is just like parenting, where we have all these visions and ideas. I will do that, I will do this. And then you are in that moment, and it's then I would call the real leadership problem formula kicks in. Probably the person whom you have taught before might have mastered that formula. The formula looks like leadership problem is equal to TLT into people into power. I have always faced this leadership problem, TLT, which is too little time. And it's like there is no enough time to do things. You cannot expect somebody will take care of it. No, it's you, and then you need to do something about it. When I fall back, what I call it as headless chicken syndrome. Like I find my day fully packed with back-to-back meetings every day, all day, week in and week out. Next leadership problem is people. This is the first time I had a chance to do a direct reporting. I had all lined up. I had my vision, I had my team, I had my motto, all set for completing this task. I called in my team for a meeting. One of my assertive team members suggested, as a first quality implementation step, let's instruct everybody to use signature in all email communication. Swetha, can I lead that? So I was like, yes, I should encourage my team member. This is also a leadership style. It's good to understand that leadership is not always the glorious and shiny things, but it's about the little things that makes us well organized. The next leadership problem is the power, which is something within us, and that's something that has to be taken care of. These are the classic leadership problems like too little time, people, and power that should be taken care of every time. When we look into self leadership, what is more important is self awareness. I did a check, which is to ask myself, am I good at withholding confidential information? And gave myself a score from 1 till 5. And I found out that I'm not very good at it. So the very next morning, I decided to change my style completely. And when I tried to do that way, I see I am like this rocket thrust that is seen in this picture. That's sharp at the beginning, and then later on it goes oof. And that's why it's important to follow a strategy that marks us every day, which is called as self-reflection. So I started taking a couple of minutes every day and thinking the challenges that I have achieved or maybe that I'm going to face during the day. Next comes to self-regulation. We often face an issue that the promise given by the team members may not be achievable on the important meeting day. On the meeting day, when everything is set and when it's time to present the meeting, they say, oh, sorry, I don't have. So I used to feel, oh, stop doing this. Oh, you shouldn't have done this. Later, I realized that this is, of course, not a good leadership character. Now I started to put me in their position and understand them. One tool that helped me is reframing. The thing that comes up as oof, I used to stop and ask myself, how important is this issue right now? With a score of 1 till 5, with 5 being affecting the deadline. If it's 5, then I'll engage in it. But if it's 1 or 2, then I'll tell myself, relax, and let my team understand and do. These are small strategies, but when I changed my style with these 3 strategies, which is self-awareness, self-reflection, and self-regulation, I adopted to be an altruistic and a democratic leader. Invest time in yourself, to indulge these in yourself before you lead others. If you start doing that now, maybe one of your team member will think about you as the best person whom they have worked with. Thank you so much, and over to Toastmaster of the Day.